If you ask anyone between the ages of 13 and 25 what their 2020 experience was like, I guarantee you they will all say it sucked because they couldn't go outside and jerk off to the first person that they saw. But if there is one thing everyone can agree on when it comes to 2020 is that these celebrities have no power. They have no real influence. They have no real control over anyone that is a fan of what they do. They are nothing but rich people who are at the top of the mountain. And when it comes to a crisis, they show out and prove to everyone that they should just stick to what they do best. Pretend to care, because you had all of these celebrities going out of their way to embarrass themselves and show that they have no way to deal with a large amount of people begging them for help. They got guilt tripped into speaking out because they were afraid of getting canceled by a bunch of teenagers who are fans of BTS, and they didn't know how to handle it. So I'm happy that we as American people finally started smelling the shit that these celebrities have in their bodies. But for some reason, ever since this COVID vaccine came out, these same celebrities who were doing their best to embarrass themselves and prove that they have no real power or influence kept getting in front of TVs, cameras, social media, and telling you that you need to get the vaccine. They would show their boob and show the sticker that they would have and say, "See, I got the vaccine. It's healthy. It helped me. It saved my life. You should be getting the vaccine." And whatever your thoughts are about COVID and the vaccine are your thoughts. I am not going to tell you that what you think is good or bad. I am not going to tell you you should get it or you should not get it. That is your choice, and you will never know if I got it because that was my personal choice that I chose to keep close to the fucking vest. And for some reason, me keeping that close to my chest and not really telling people what I'm doing with my body makes me a bad guy. Makes it seem like I don't care about the rest of the world. Makes it seem like I'm some sort of villain because I'm not publicly disclosing what I'm doing with my body. And somehow it means that I don't care, and I'm somewhat happy that people are losing their lives due to COVID, which is the furthest thing from the truth. But if you're somebody who gets in front of the camera and literally starts showing the scars of a needle, you are somehow viewed as a hero and a public figure who deserves all the amounts of respect imaginable because you showed a band-aid on your arm, which is weird to me because there are many people who will choose not to get it and will be villainized because they are not sitting there championing to get people to get the vaccine. You have somebody like LeBron James who was asked about the vaccine and getting it and speaking about it, and he responded with he's going to keep that close with his family and he's going to have a conversation with his family. And I can respect that because that's your family. Those are the closest people to you other than the testicles you have on your body. So you would be wise enough to have that conversation with your family. But there are some people like Stephen A. Smith who don't like the fact that LeBron is keeping that close with his biological family because for some reason Stephen A. wants LeBron James to be the spokesperson for all black people because black people distrust a lot of what goes on in American society. And black people are obviously stupid. So if you get a rich person or a celebrity or someone with a good track record on camera saying that they are going to take the vaccine and that you, black person watching this, should get the vaccine, it's going to trick all black people because black people in a lot of people's minds are stupid. So you do that, you're going to have more people get the vaccine because black people are dying and LeBron has spoken up about all these different things. So he should be speaking about this, almost guilt tripping him into feeling bad about keeping this in a conversation with his family. And I don't have a problem with Stephen A. feeling the way he feels about that. I just find it tasteless and tacky that you're going to chastise and criticize someone for a choice that they made. Understand that LeBron really doesn't know much about the COVID vaccine. He and a lot of these other athletes don't know a lot about these COVID vaccines. So it would be wise for them to do research, talk with their family, and then decide publicly if they're going to start talking about this vaccine. It is no one's choice to sit there and make another person get something that they don't know about. And honestly, for me, if you want me to take the vaccine, LeBron is not going to be the person to convince me, a black dude, to do that. You know who will? A doctor, someone who's worked on the vaccine, someone who's studied the vaccine, someone who actually knows if this thing is something good for my body or bad for my body. Someone who shoots a basketball for a living is not the person who should be championing me to get this vaccine. Since people like Stephen A. Smith view me as a gullible sap who thinks that a basketball player can convince me into getting a COVID vaccine, let me sweeten the pot for you. If you give me $50 million each day of the week, allow me to have sex with Kim Kardashian, Jordan Woods, Mulatto, and Kim Kardashian again, and Mulatto a second time, and you let me dunk on LeBron James, I will consider getting the COVID vaccine, because this is honestly how many people will do this. They will guilt trip all of these famous people by telling you that black people are dying and that they don't trust the government. They need someone like you, famous black person with good track record, to convince them to get the vaccine, because that's how many people view this. They view this as to put someone who has power in front of all of these dumb people and convince the dumb people to do the thing as well. And that's honestly scummy. There should be doctors sitting in front of these people educating them about the vaccine. There should be trained professionals sitting in front of children telling them about COVID and the COVID vaccine. We don't need movie stars, influencers, YouTubers, basketball players, tennis players, none of them. It's good if they do decide to do it, but they shouldn't be the thing convincing Americans to take this vaccine. Yes, it's a personal choice. Yes, it is up to you if you decide to get that vaccine or not. And you should be making that decision. If you don't know jack shit about the COVID vaccine, you should be doing research about the COVID vaccine. That is what I would suggest to anyone who is unsure or is still debating the COVID vaccine. Do not listen to people who don't know jack shit about their own heartbeats tell you that you should be getting the COVID vaccine. Do not listen to anyone who is not a doctor when it comes to the COVID vaccine. Trust people who are professionals. Don't trust people who do a different profession. If you do that and you decide, hey, I still don't trust it, that's fine. If you do that and you think, okay, I trust these professionals, I trust the people who know about it more than a basketball player, I'm going to get the vaccine, that is also fine. But to sit here and have these conversations with celebrities and try to have them as the spokespeople for Americans is completely and utterly fucking pathetic. But hey, what does it mean to be an American if you're not getting fooled by a bunch of rich people with money? Subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next video. Do your own research about many different topics, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.